today is the preview for Bournemouth versus Swansea City in the Sky Championship midweek fixture. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So obviously my thoughts going into the game, it's going to be a tough game. We've got two tough games coming up. Obviously it was the same as last time. We had Bournemouth midweek and then Cardiff on the weekend. And I think, to be honest with you, 3 points out of these 6 would be a good turnout for us. Obviously it would be nice to get 2 wins or even 1 win and a draw, but if we were to get any win, I'd rather win in the South Wales Derby. But this is also equally as important to our aspirations to get top 2. It is going to be a tough team because obviously Bournemouth, they are a Premier League standard side. They've got some great players, then they're tough to break down as well. Obviously they lost 3-2 to Barnsley in their last result. But yeah, it is going to be tough. But yeah, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think this game's going to be quite even. I think both teams have been quite inconsistent, even though both teams are currently in the playoffs at the moment. I think both teams have been quite inconsistent in recent results. Bournemouth obviously lost 3-2 last game to Barnsley, as you said. Barnsley have been a good team this season. I think they deserve a lot of credit for what they've done and what the manager's done to help them kick on and get going. But I think it's going to be an even game. Hopefully we can win. Hopefully Jamal Lowe can get a goal, because he's on a bit of a goal drought, as I keep saying over the next few previews that we've done. Jamal Lowe, he needs to get a goal. He really needs to get a goal. And I think this is probably the game to do it.
Yeah, so now on to injury news. So I'll start off with the Bournemouth injury news. I think they've got 2 players out, Lewis Cook with an ACL and Adam Smith with an ankle injury. But yeah, Luke will give you the Swans injury news.
So I think it's the same, or similar to the one as last week. I think it's Bender, Routledge, Cullen, Cooper, and I think that's it at the moment. Pretty sure. Yeah,
I think that's all the news for us. I'm not sure if Mark Gahey picked up an injury or not. Obviously he's just been called up to the England under-21s, so I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, that's obviously it for the injury news. But now on to key players for both teams. So for Bournemouth, I've gone with Jack Wilshere, and I've also gone with David Brooks as well. But would you add anyone else?
I think I'll go for Jefferson Lerma in midfield. I think he's a decent defensive midfielder, decent tracking back, quite reasonably quick for a defensive midfielder as well. So I'd probably highlight him as well. Yeah,
and obviously they've got Sam Surridge as well, who used to play for us. But now on to our key players. If there's any Bournemouth fans watching this, obviously I'll go with Conor Hourihane. He scored in the last game, and I'll also go with Andre Ayew as well, a Premier League quality player. But would you add anyone else to our key player list?
Yeah, well, as I've said from the last few previews, I've said Conor Roberts every single week, and I just have to highlight him once again because the performances he's been putting in this season have been just ridiculous. Goes forward with the ball, really good. Can cross the ball, very direct. And he can track back as well, which is very good for a fullback, or a modern fullback in these days.
Yeah, exactly, a great player for us this season. Now on to line-up. So starting for me, in goal I have to go with Freddie Woodman. I know he's made mistakes recently, he's still our first choice keeper. Fullbacks, I'll go with Conor Roberts and Ryan Manning. And then the centre-backs, I'll probably go with Joe Latibeaudiere, Kyle Norton and Ben Kabanga. Obviously we don't know the situation with Mark Gahey, and Ryan Bennett I think is a bit of it's not his sort of game, obviously, because Bournemouth are a quick passing team and he's not very quick, is he? And then I go with 3 in midfield, Grimes, Corey Smith and Jay Fulton. Just ahead of them, Conor Hourihane, and then up front on his own I'm going to go with Andre Ayew. But yeah, what's your line-up?
Yeah, in goal I'll also go Freddie Woodman, right wing back Conor Roberts, left wing back Ryan Manning. 3 at the back will go Ben Kabanga, Joel Latibeaudiere. He put in a great performance in the last game, and I think I will go for Ryan Bennett. I know you say it's not his type of game because he's quite he's not a quick defender, he's quite slow, but he does bring the experience to the game, and I think it's what we need against a good Bournemouth side. And then midfield I'll go for Grimes and Corey Smith, and then in cam I'll go for Conor Hourihane. And then up front, I'll go for Andre Ayew, and I'm going to give Jamal Lowe one more opportunity. I think this should be his last game to see if he can get a goal, and obviously if he gets a goal in this game, then obviously he should start against Cardiff. But I think this game is really, really easy to get a goal.
Yeah, so now finally onto my score prediction. It is going to be a tough game, but
Yeah.
once again, just like last time, I'm going to go for a 0-0. But what's your prediction?
I think I'm going to go for a 1-0 draw. I think Andre Ayew will score for us, hopefully not a pen. And for Bournemouth, I'm going to go for... I'm going to go for Junior Stanislas.
Yeah, finally we've stopped the streak of getting a pens in all these games in a row. But yeah, obviously that's been it for this match preview, and we'll be back tomorrow for the match reaction, and then after that, obviously the build up and the reaction to the big one, Cardiff City. So yeah, stay tuned and thanks for watching.
Yeah, cheers.